A pleasant day to you. I'm J. Fitzgerald G. Malilin, and I'm a student of the UP Open University, and I'm taking up the degree of Master's in Information Systems. Today, I want to show you a video demonstration of the system that I've been developing as part of my thesis for this degree. It's called MySIT, an SMS-driven, internet-based information system. Basically, this has been developed using the Java programming language and using MySQL as its database. This project is open source, and I'm pushing my source codes at GitHub if you are interested in checking it out. I'll just provide a link at the comments below. What would I like to do is for me to show you around the system and focus on features. This system is divided into two main usage, the web-based part and the SMS part. So first, we'll start at the web-based part. So the first thing we're going to do is to open a web browser and type the right URL at the address bar like so. The word localhost here will change depending on on where the application will be deployed. So by pressing enter, it will bring you to the login page. Now, by supplying a valid username and password, you can gain access to the system. Okay, so we're in. Here, I'd like to note that depending on the role set by your administrator, you will only be able to access certain parts of the system. To know the different roles, you just have to click on the drop-down arrow at the upper right side of the screen. A menu will appear just below it, and under the Switch Roles, will your assigned role or roles be present? The one that is highlighted indicates which role you are currently in. So by clicking on each of the roles present, you will be able to perform different functions. By the way, the logout is also here if you want to exit the system. Now, the general template of this system is that its main content is divided into two parts. The left part, most of the time, will show the menu that corresponds to the current active role, while the right part displays the contents of the menu item that will be selected. So if you can see, when I switch to Activity Admin, the menu will be for the activity list and tree. For the System Admin, it will give me access to the system users, user roles, and member profile. While as Discipleship Admin, the menu will be Evangelism, Bible Study, Curriculum, and Discipleship Tree. Now, as mentioned, clicking on one of these menu items will show its corresponding details on the right. So that's what we're going to do. We'll run through each of the items and see what can be done there. So let's start with the System Admin. Here, the item System Users contains the system credentials of a user, including their password and mobile number. So to add a user, you need to click on the Add icon to show the dialog box. Now just fill in the necessary fields and then click Add. Okay. So there, you will see the new user. To edit, just click on the edit icon of a specific role, like for example this one, the one we just added. This item will change into their proper inputs for you to edit. One thing to note here is the reset button here that will reset the hashed password to be the same as its username, just in case the user can't access the system anymore and you need to reset it. When done, okay, so just for example, let's just change this to Gabby. So if we're done, we just have to click the check icon to save our changes or the X icon to restore it to its original. In this case, I'll just save it. Now, do note the steps we just did here, as this will be a common process for adding and editing. Okay, next is the user roles. Here's the functionality where you can assign users for each roles. So to add, you just first have to select a role and then click the add icon. After that, you can select the user that you want to add. For example, Gabby. There. To remove a user from a role, just select a role, again, and then the user or users you want to remove. For example, I'd like to remove again Gabby. Okay. Moving on to the member profile. So um, here's where some personal information of a user will be stored. So just as I have mentioned earlier, the interface here is similar to that in the system users. So I think what I would just like to do here is to assign the user Gabi that we created earlier to this row here. So, okay, then save. So this member profile will be associated to the username Gabi. Okay, we are done with the system admin, so let's move on to the activity admin. Here, we only have two items, and as you can see, the activity list also has the same interface as that in the system user and the member profile, so no need to do it or demonstrate it again. Well, I'll just like to point it out that it is here where you can add more activities that will be used later in the activity tree here. Also, note the column keyword and status. They are used for the SMS part of the system. Now, activity tree is the one that constructs the hierarchy of the activities. This will later be useful in the discipleship admin for the evangelism and Bible study records. So to add here, you just have to select an activity, okay, and then click the add icon. Next is to specify which activity to place. Okay, for example, here, it's Jericho Walk. So here, there's two buttons. When you select add a sibling, it will place the new activity, which is Jericho Walk, um, on the same level as the selected activity, which is Mega Faith Month. But I don't want to be doing that. I'd like to do the add as child, wherein the new activity will be placed below the selected activity. So let's do that. Once you do that, you can see that it will be placed as a child of the Mega Faith Month. Okay, so we're done with the activity admin. Now let's move on to our last role, which is discipleship admin. Notice that when I click on the evangelism record, the usual menu on the left was replaced by the activity tree that we worked on earlier. Well, if you want to go back to the discipleship menu, just click on the back button beside the activity list header. Let's go back. Now, this feature is where you can add evangelism records per activity. You can do that by first selecting an activity and add a specific type of evangelism, whether personal or mass evangelism. Then, then we click add. There. So the contents inside are the summary of the records. Here is the field where the total number of person who received Christ is located, accepted Christ, and those that are not interested. And this is the total for these three fields. If you click on the more details, you see some additional info like the keyword and status. Again, this too will be used in the SMS part of the system. Now, if you change any field, you can just click the button beside them to save your changes. Next, if you click on the records label, it will display every person recorded for this evangelism activity. Again, this portion is similar to our earlier features. Although instead of a plus icon, you have an add link just above the table to open the dialog box. Okay, editing is the same, but okay, let's just try to add one. There. Since there are chances that there will be duplicate data, a delete function is provided. There. Next, let's click Bible Study. Just like in the evangelism, the left menu contains the activity tree. So to add a record again, we need to select an activity. And here, notice that we again encounter a familiar interface. So same in adding and editing. Just to note, in the dialog box, the values of the disciple and discipler here are only what is present in the member profiles. Adding the topic will be discussed after this feature. The date here and elsewhere in the system opens up a dialog to aid in easily selecting a date. There. Moving on, the curriculum is where we create the sets of topics used in the Bible study. So if you see here, if you select one curriculum, it will display all the topics under it. And if you want to add a new curriculum, just click on this add icon. And then type your new curriculum, like so. Okay, so here, when you select a curriculum, the interface for adding a topic is also familiar again. So clicking this, you can add your new topic. Then editing here is the same. And also this keyword will also be used for the SMS part of this system. So lastly, this discipleship tree is similar to our activity tree in terms of interface. Here, you set the hierarchy of the members of the member that is included in your member profile. So adding here, you can place all the existing member profiles not yet in this discipleship tree to as a sibling or either as a child of whichever selected member. There. So that's all for the web-based part. Now let's check the SMS system portion of this. Basically, this system has some portions that can be updated by sending a formatted SMS. An Android mobile phone installed with a specific application will then receive the SMS and forward it to our MySIT system. That is, through an HTTP connection for processing. Now, let's look at the formats one by one. First is registering a mobile number. Sending an SMS using this format, there, will create a new user under the specified username. So there, it's mentioned here, username, any unique character combinations that will be used to identify the user of the mobile device. Now, using my Messenger app, I'll be sending an SMS to the mobile phone. This is the same as sending through a regular mobile phone. Now, typing register, so see here, it's indicated that the message will be sent to the MySIT admin mobile phone. So now typing register, register the username, so okay, and then click send. Okay, let's just wait for a moment. Okay, see here. Now we got a response from the system telling us that the profile Sarah Harris M has successfully been created. So let's check our website if it is indeed there. So system admin, system user, and there you have it, guys. Now the next one is creating a member profile account. So the format is profile create, the username, F name, M name, L name, gender, BB day, and SB day. So this is used to create the corresponding personal information to a specified username. Okay, so the username here, its prerequisite is that it should first be registered. Okay, so the F name is the user's F name, first name, M name, the middle name, L name is the user's last name, gender only accepts M or F as value for the gender, BB day, please follow this date format for the biological birthday and also the spiritual birthday. So let's try to add the profile account for the username that we just registered. Sending and waiting. Okay, we just received, it says here, personal details for Sir Halis M created successfully. So let's double check in our system under the member profile. So there, Mel Bryam, the member profile named Mel Bryam is associated with the username Sarah Halis M. Gender is male, okay, and all the other data that we sent through SMS is here. Okay, so the next is updating our evangelism record. So the format is this EVA space evangelism keyword, date, username, and name response format. Okay, so registered users can place updates to enable evangelism records. Okay, so the keywords here, evangelism record, it is the admin assigned evangelism keyword. So remember earlier when I was taking note of the specific columns that will be used in the SMS part, so this is where it will make sense. Okay, next is the date, okay, when that evangelistic activity took place, the username, the registered username of the member, and then name is the name of the contact, and then the response. So these four are the only valid values that will be accepted. ERC, AC, and NI, and or you can just leave it blank if you're not sure. Okay, so let's try and send evangelism record update. So oops. Okay, add 3%. Okay, now notice here the PE, that's a keyword for an evangelism entry. And later on, we'll see in our website where this PE can be located. Okay, so let's just send this and wait for the reply. Okay, so evangelism record dated successfully. Okay, so let's check that. Discipleship admin. Okay, evangelism. And then PE. Okay, I think it's here. So for the more details, remember this, the keyword, it's specified here that it's PE. So this is the evangelism record that we updated. So clicking on this tab, it would display the one that we sent, the details that we sent earlier through SMS. Okay, so let's continue. Using, okay, the fourth one is adding a new Bible study record. So the format is this one. Okay, DS, activity keyword, topic keyword, date, DR username, DE username. Okay, there's a space here. D username, okay, D username. Okay, the activity keyword again, one column in our activity table. Then topic keyword also, date, okay, date when that Bible study happened. DR username, it's the username of the discipler. And then the username is the username of the disciple. So, okay, so let's try a simpler one. Huh? Let's do this. Okay. There. Okay, so let's just add one. Okay, I'm just double checking. Okay, so let's wait for the system. Okay, it's taking a bit long right now. But okay, if you could notice the MFM 2015 here, that also is a keyword, and also this one FUP1. Later we'll check up on those. Okay, it's taking too long. Huh? Oh, there. Bible study record updated successfully. I don't know what happened, but maybe a lag in our network. Okay, so let's check our Bible study. Okay, here. So, so let's check first the activity. From the activity list, you will see here the MFM 2015, which is has a name of Mega Faith Month. Its keyword is what we use to update the evangelism record. I mean, the Bible study record. So MFM 2015, let's go back to that, Bible study. So MFM, so this is the row produced by our SMS message. So the discipler is me, and also the disciple will be this person, Aaron Michael. All right. Oh, I mentioned the topic, so let's go to the curriculum. FUP1, so it's under the curriculum basic topic. See here, this is the keyword that we use to specify which Bible study activity happened. Okay, so it's the follow-up one. For last um, keyword, it will be the enable or disable activity or evangelism record. So the format here will be this one. So the keyword, either activity or evangelism, and then on and off, okay, the valid values, on to enable the updates for the specific keyword, and then off to disable it. So let's try disabling evangelism. example. Okay. Okay. And after this, after the system responds, um, we'll try to add in this keyword to test if we can or we cannot add. So yeah, here, evangelism is now disabled. Let's try adding. Okay. Okay, evangelism PE now disabled. So now let's check if the evangelism record is already disabled. Okay, more details. Okay, it says here it's disabled, meaning if we check on the records, we shouldn't find the one that we tried to add. Okay, so that's it, guys. This concludes my video demonstration for the MySIT information systems. Thank you.